Hi, I'm Rowan from howtosingforyourlife.com. Today's video is about how to prepare for recording a song. So if you're going into the studio in a couple of weeks and you need to practice the song that you're going to record, there are a few tips in today's video to help you and to give you some ideas of how to go about it. First of all, if you do regular singing practice and you're doing some exercises like scales and arpeggios, then you need to think about which ones are most useful to your actual song that you're going to record. So for example, if the song that you're going to record is in a minor key, you might want to change the first exercise that you do in your normal practice to being in a minor key. So for example, if you do a 5-note scale or an arpeggio in a major key, then you would need to change that to a minor key to help fit your song and get used to the kinds of jumps that will come up in your song. An arpeggio is just singing the first, third, fifth and eighth note in a scale, in other words the octave. So you get something like that would be in a major scale. The second thing that you can do to really help you prepare for recording is actually, quite simply, to record. So if you're going into a professional studio to get the best recording you can of your vocals, in the meantime you can practice using a basic bit of software on your computer or something that you can get access to that just gives you a chance to record a little bit with the backing of your song. The things you might want to look at is to maybe just have a couple of run-throughs of the song and then listen back to exactly how it's sounding for each verse and each chorus. Perhaps there might be a few areas where you feel that the verses are being sung in exactly the same style and you think that's a little bit too boring. Or you may have the problem that you're singing very aggressively, very angrily, because you would actually do that in a gig. If you've been used to doing a lot of gigs, then probably what you will find is all of your singing has been very energetic, very loud, very focused on getting your message out. But actually when you're recording, you're dealing with lots more nuanced sounds because you're singing into a microphone and the microphone picks up all the tiny, tiny details of how you're singing. So, for example, I had a couple of lines that made up a verse in my song, and they went like this. And I can feed on this game you play, and you're sure I won't fly away. But darling Kate and her famous line, she can't ever try me again. When it comes to actually singing into a microphone, that kind of level of anger, that kind of level of volume could get a bit boring. It's a bit too samey. So I wanted to adjust the lines to make the second line a little bit more pared down, but intense in almost in the intention behind it, in the meaning behind it. So here are the same two lines again. And I can feed on this game you play, and you're sure I won't fly away. But darling Kate and her famous line, she can't ever try me again. So we get a lot of variety there in the volume, that one moment it's going up and we're getting a bit of a crescendo and the next minute we're bringing it back down. So by doing that, there's a lot more interest in those two lines and a lot more kind of feeling of there being a meaning behind it, but it not being thrown and thrust in your face directly. When you've decided what to do with those parts of the song, when you've decided that you want to tone down that particular section, make sure you have a printout of the lyrics of the song that you can then use, and you can have little notes on there. Like for example, I've got a note here underneath two words that I want to still sing this in chest voice, but it still needs to be soft. So that's really useful, so that then when I'm rehearsing that through again, I can actually remind myself that I still want to keep it in chest voice, but I want to sing it a bit softer, so that I get to practice it the same way each time, so that by the time I go to the studio I know exactly how I want to sing that part of the line. So I hope that that was really helpful for you. I hope that gave you lots of ideas of how to prepare for your own recording. If you are going to the studio, doing some recording in the next couple of weeks, then do let me know. I'd love to hear about what you're working on. And if you found this video useful, then please leave a comment in the box below to tell me about it. And also, if you have any ideas about what you would like to see in the next videos, do let me know. I'd be happy to include that. Have a great week, and thank you very much for watching.